Tonight, New York State's Attorney General Letitia James saying she's prepared to seize Donald Trump's assets, including his buildings, if he doesn't pay the money.
Donald Trump may have authored the art of the deal, but he perfected the art of the steal.
That is Letitia James. She is the New York Attorney General who is this close to putting a huge hurt on Donnie Sniffles, perhaps the biggest hurt yet.
I'm very rich.
Not so fast, fat boy. We're going to need some proof. That's because your best friend is about to drop the hammer.
Because there cannot be different rules for different people in this country, and former presidents are no exception.
To refresh your memory, New York sued Trump for defrauding insurance companies and banks by exaggerating the value of his properties. Now, James has said she will immediately start seizing his business empire in exchange for the unpaid debt.
Then we will seek, judgment enforcement mechanisms in court, and we will ask the judge to seize his assets.
James is getting ready to seize Trump's properties in New York's Westchester County as the deadline for him to post a bond and the civil fraud judgment is getting closer and closer.
A New York State judge just ruled that he's crooked as you could get.
Today we prove that no one is above the law. No matter how rich, powerful, or politically connected you are, everyone must play by the same rules.
Now, New York State's $454 million judgment against Trump, who is apparently not as rich as advertised.
I don't need anybody's money. It's nice.
It's a clear sign that his properties are at risk of being seized if he fails to post an appeal bond. And as of today, his cup is empty and time is running out.
Where does he get $454 million plus and counting to pay for this? That liquidation process seems like it's going to take forever. I mean, you just can't sell a building in 24 hours. Pay all the taxes and things like that. So he's still up against a wall, right?
Well, absolutely. And you have bigger problems than that. As Americans, we should be very concerned about where that money is coming from. First and foremost, if it's coming from a company like Chubb or Federated, yes, we know that company, it's an American company, and so on. But what if hypothetically the money is coming from Saudi Arabia, from Qatar? What if by chance it's coming through a backdoor channel of Russia? That now leaves a potential presidential candidate. Hear me on this, Mike. It leaves a presidential candidate basically owing a foreign entity, all at the expense of America's national security.
This is the first step to allow New York to seize Trump's properties in Westchester County. Now, why do I bring that up? Surely Trump's tower in Manhattan is more important. Well, Trump does love his tower, probably because it's shaped like a penis, but not his penis. That would be this building. Still, do you remember when on 9/11, Trump went on TV and bragged that after the Twin Towers collapsed, his was now the biggest in the city?
40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan. And it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest.
But I don't think Trump Tower is his biggest concern. No, I think Grandpa Fruit Loops is more worried about losing these.
Former President Donald Trump could be at risk of having his New York golf club seized by State Attorney General Letitia James. The procedural move will allow James to secure liens if she chooses to do so on the Trump National Golf Club Westchester.
Why will this hurt Trump more than even going to jail? Because Trump fancies himself an athlete. No, seriously, he's insane about it. And more to the point, he lies about it. Shocker.
You are fake news.
Okay, I'm going to defend golf, but I promise you'll forgive me when I'm done. Golf is a game, perhaps the only sport, where you're given the responsibility of penalizing yourself when you screw up. For example, if you're in the rough and there's nobody else around and your club touches the ball, that's a stroke. But you have to be honest enough to admit it. Trump loves to golf, but, and this will be a shocker, he cheats.
My name is Rick Riley. I'm the author of Commander-in-Cheat, How Golf Explains Trump. I kept seeing these tweets in the 2016 campaign about, I'm the best golfer, I'm a winner, vote for me because I've won 18 club championships, and that's against the best players in the club. And I'm like, you liar. You already told me how you won most of those. Whenever he opens a new golf course that he buys, he simply plays the first round by himself. And all of a sudden, he's the champion. He's the king. Give him the crown. I'm a winner. You gotta vote for a winner. And I knew he wasn't a winner. I knew because I played with him. He cheats. Oh, I get to re-hit that one, the bird squash. Or I'm going to take one of my 7 mulligans here. The guy took a gimme chip in. I said, I've heard of gimme putts, Donald, but I've never heard of a gimme chip in. Oh, I never miss those. Trump always hits first from the tee box. He jumps in his cart and drives ahead before anybody else has hit. That's completely against the etiquette of golf, but he does it anyway. I heard a story about one time he hit a drive straight into the water, splash. And by the time the other guys have hit and gotten up there, the ball is back on the fairway. And everyone is like, what the hell, Donald? We're playing for $50. And he goes, must have been the tide. It says a lot that the one sport where it's the easiest to cheat, he cheats like crazy.
ESPN's Mike Tirico tells the story of playing with Trump once, and on a par 5, Tirico's third shot falls clearly on the green. But as you just heard, Trump was already up there, and when Tirico got up to the green and looked for his ball, it wasn't on the green, it was in a bunker 30 yards away. After the round, Trump's caddy told him Trump picked it up and threw it in the bunker. But this story isn't a one-off. Trump cheats every time he plays.
Fast forward to last night on TV. The actor was on with Seth Meyers, Late Night with Seth Meyers. Seth Meyers asked him about this, and here's Samuel L. Jackson's response.
You claim right here you have met him.
Yeah, I met him a lot.
You played golf with him.
I played golf with him.
He claims...
I actually played golf with him with Anthony Anderson one day.
Gotcha.
And we were all playing together, and we clearly saw him hook a ball into a lake at Trump National in Jersey. And his caddy told him he found it.
Now, was the caddy soaking wet when he said this?
No, he was not. Yeah, he just took off running, and next thing you know, I got it, Mr. Trump. And you're like, oh, did you see a splash? You saw a splash.
Gotcha.
Look, this isn't about golf, and it kind of is. Maya Angelou said, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them. Trump lies about a sport where men have to trust each other. The logical extension of that observation is he'll cheat at other things like taxes, relationships, elections.
Information that turned out to be so false and fake.
If you don't play golf, surely you know someone who does. Mark Twain called it a good walk spoiled. But Arnold Palmer would never finalize a business deal with someone until he played golf with them. He said, if I can't trust them under stress, how can I trust them in business?
So if he's cheating to beat his friends on a day off in golf, can you imagine how much he cheats on his taxes? Or how much does he cheat trying to get out of an impeachment investigation? How much will he cheat to get help from other nations to win an election?
Now, I don't know if and when James will seize his properties, which I honestly think would hurt him more than prison because some Republican at some point will pardon him. But losing his golf courses and his penis building?
You can't let that happen to me.
That's gonna hurt.
Time to pack it up.
Who's with me?
This isn't their Republican Party anymore.
Am I wrong?
Damn right.
Yes.
Tick-tock.
You're in a lot of trouble, Donnie.
Follow, like, and hit notifications as Really American keeps you up to date on the latest Republican cult lie in this very important year. For Really American, I'm Chip Franklin.